Hi girls and boys. Today I'm going to read you the story of Wanted, Ralfy Rabbit the Book Burglar. It's a really good book. It's all about a bunny rabbit who absolutely loves books and stories. And I know you all love books and stories. I do too. As I'm reading it, I want you to think what your favourite book is or your favourite story. Wanted, Ralfy Rabbit, Book Burglar. Written by Emma Mackenzie. I wonder if you know roughly how tall Ralfy is. If you look along the side, you can see some heights in centimetres. He's not very tall at all. I wonder if you're taller than him or if he's taller than you. You'll have to get a tape measure out and see. So let's begin. Some rabbits dream of lettuces and carrots. Others dream of flowering meadows and juicy dandelions. But Ralfy was a little bit different. Ralfy dreamed about books. In fact, he didn't just dream about them. He wanted to read them all the time. He made lists of all the books he had read and gave them carrot ratings. He made lists of all the books he wanted to read and placed them in category order. He even made lists of books to recommend to his family and friends. Books to tell Mum about. Wuthering Carrots, Tale of Two Warrens. Books Dad might like. Gone with the Carrots, The Good, the Bad and the Bunny. One Flew Over the Rabbit Hutch. Books to tell Tom and Betty about. The Rabbit, the Fox and the Wardrobe, and the Water Bunnies. Ralfy loved to learn new words. He loved the smell of books, the sound of the pages flicking. He loved getting lost in stories and pretending he was a captain on a pirate ship or an intrepid jungle explorer. Oh yes, Ralfy loved books. Actually, he maybe loved them a little bit too much. He loved them so much that he started creeping into people's bedrooms and reading their books while they were sleeping. Then one thing led to another. Ralfy didn't just read the books. He began to take the books home. He crept off with comics and cookbooks. He dashed away with dictionaries. He nabbed novels and pinched poetry. Ralfy had more books to read than ever before, and he was very pleased with himself. Arthur loved reading too. He had shelves buckling with fairy tales and bookcases bursting with picture books. So when gaps started to appear, along with half-eaten carrots and soggy lettuce leaves, and his favourite book, the biggest book of monsters ever, went missing, Arthur noticed. Someone was taking Arthur's books. It was time to find out who. Arthur assembled his special surveillance kit. Then, with Teddy to keep him company, he sat in the dark and waited. And waited. Soon he heard a rustle. Arthur frantically rummaged for his camera and his binoculars. He shone his torch into the dark corners of his room. And that's when he spotted Ralfy. "Stop! Come back here, you little bunny book thief!" Arthur cried. But it was too late. Arthur was furious. He told his mum, but she just laughed. "A bunny book thief, Arthur? I think your imagination is running a little bit wild." He told his teacher. But she just said, "Arthur, I want you to go away and have a long, hard think about what you are saying." What could Arthur do? That rascally rabbit had taken his favourite book of all time, and no one believed him. There was only one thing for it. Arthur called the local police station. "A money book thief, you say? Well, fancy that. Was there anything unusual about the rabbit? Can you give me a description?" said PC Puddle, sniggering. "Well, he was brown," said Arthur, "with a fluffy white tail. Oh, and he was wearing a t-shirt that says, 'I love books.'" With that, PC Puddle laughed out loud. "Well, if I discover anything," he snorted. That night, Arthur felt fed up. He went to bed without a story, and he hardly slept at all. Meanwhile, Ralphie had found another house with plenty of books to pinch. He had burrowed into PC Puddle's house. Well, what have we here?" said PC Puddle. "Could it be a little bunny book thief? Arthur was right all along." PC Puddle called Arthur straight away, and he told him that he had caught the culprit red-handed. "Please come to the police station first thing tomorrow to identify your bunny book thief," he said. Easy, thought Arthur. There can't be many bunnies who wear "I love book" t-shirts. But he was wrong. Arthur had never seen so many rabbits, and they were all wearing them. This was going to be harder than he thought. But PC Puddle pressed a big red button. And alarm went off, and a conveyor belt of goodies started moving in front of the bunny lineup. As lettuce leaves, carrots, apples, and dandelions whizzed by, all the rabbits began to feast. All except one. Ralfy wasn't interested until a very special treat passed by. Can you guess what the treat is? I bet you can. Ralfy couldn't resist. In a frenzy, he started flicking through a pile of books. Ah, gotcha, said PC Puddle. You are in big trouble. I'm sorry, stammered Ralfy. I just can't get enough books. You mustn't just go round stealing them, said PC Puddle. You'll have to go and put them all back. Suddenly, Arthur began to feel sorry for Ralfy. After all, it was only because he loved books so much that he'd managed to get himself into trouble. If you want lots of exciting books to borrow, said Alfie, I know exactly where you can get them. Do you know where you can go to borrow books? It's a special place and I love it. It's quiet and it's full of books. Unfortunately, we can't go there just now, but normally I go probably once every couple of weeks with my children and we borrow books. The library. The library is their favourite place. It's one of my favourite places too. Have you ever been to the library? If you haven't, once we are finished with coronavirus and everything's opened back up again, you have to see whether mums, dads or grannies or grandpas will take you to the library. Today's task, I would like you to draw a picture of your favourite book and just write a sentence, or your mums and dads or grannies and grandpas or aunties or whoever is with you can write the sentence for you. Write a sentence about why it's your favourite book. I hope you enjoyed the story and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.